In this video, we're showcasing how powerful the Mannadium Bystial version is and why you might want to play it in the Cyberstorm Access format. We're up against Branded, which has some pretty crazy support, so I'm super excited to share this replay. Let's get straight into it. I'll be starting off the turn playing out my Mannadium Bystial combo. We use Bystial Rebellion to search the Bystial monster, and because Bystial Rebellion is a light monster, Magnum will combine it to summon itself, turning us into a level 8 Synchro, which is going to climb into a level 10 Synchro. That's why the Bystials are really good in this deck, because you can climb into that Axel Stardust. Before we do that, we want to pop it with the Mannadium Bystial to search a Mannadium card. Because we don't have the field spell in the hand, we're going to search it from the deck, and then the Mannadium monster will trigger a special summon copies from the deck, which is what we want. The field spell will search Visas. So as a rule of thumb, if you don't have Visas, make sure you search it with your field spell. With your Scareclaw field spell, you want to search the right card. So keep that in mind when you're doing your combo. Visas is super important, and you want to make sure that you see him as you get to your love advantage on the field and in the graveyard, setting up that Vicious Astride. As mentioned, we are using Visas to trigger some more Mannadium effects. This is really great because we get to get a love advantage on the field. The field spell spams out another level 2 tuner. It's popping off right now, and like I mentioned, there's the Axel Stardust. Bring out the level 2, bring out Bystial Despia, and then Visas goes into the Scareclaw combo. And this is what you want to see as a Bystial Mannadium deck, giving us that easy access into the level 10 Synchros. You'll love to see it. We're continuing on with the combo, making a Baron de Fleur, a Bystial Druid Swarm. It keeps getting better. Crush Sheep, Vicious Astride. This is one of the most fun combos I've used in a long time. I kind of miss Crush Sheep, I've got to be honest. I really like the card design, got really cool effects. The ritual one is actually really good as well. And now we can really take advantage of the Crush Sheep combo. And in a deck like this, where our level 8s and 2s always bridge into things, that's really good to summon those level 10 Synchros. I wonder what I'm going to summon next, but it's probably pretty obvious. Yep, an IP Masquerena. IP is great in this deck. You have a lot of monsters lying around on the field, and sometimes you just need to clear that board. Now, this is a Mannadium Bystial deck, and what I personally consider it to be that is when you go into the Red Eyes Dark Dragoons, which is possible with a card like Mudragon. Super easy to get into. We're going to activate his effect. We're going to go into the Red Eyes Dark Dragoons and then go into an Appaloosa, a infinite bonus face down, Red Eyes Dark Dragoons with a discard, 2 negate Appaloosa, and a Baron de Fleur. That's a pretty good turn, guys, and that can probably stop most decks in the meta game. However, our opponent is playing Kaijus in the main deck, and that's become a trend in the recent format where a lot of Cashier players are playing these solo arrival boards. So we're going to see this happen in the TCG, and I'm not surprised. Dark Kaiju is great and Branded. It's a great target for fusion materials. Sadly, there we go. There's the top deck of the Kaiju.
This is too much power for one person.
Taking out the Dark Dragoons. As you saw in the combo, the way I summon Dragoons, you didn't even need to use any Bystials, you just use Bystial Despia. But there we go, guys. There's a Kaiju on the field. We are able to activate Infinite Permanence to hit the Albaz. We didn't have that. Yeah, this would be pretty difficult. And one thing I want to mention, which I did talk about in my Mannadium guide, is Bystial Baldrake is a menace. I think in Cyberstorm Access, we're going to see a lot more of this card in my opinion, because the deck is light and dark. And I want to show you just how effective this card can be and how we turn this duel into a really crazy back and forth. The opponent does match out the Appaloosa, which, you know, is my fault. Should have made it a 2400 monster. But that's fine. He does do a nice Ecclesia play. Baldrake banishing the Albion means he can't summon Mirror Jade. Because he can't summon Mirror Jade, he goes into the Guignol. Guignol send Garura to draw 1. That's not bad. He does summon back the Albion to draw 2. And here's what I should have displayed, and then maybe the game would have ended earlier. If I did the Baron negate on the Allure of Darkness, I might have won the game. But I was scared of a triple tactics or a triple tactics thrust. You never really know what's in someone's hand these days. We draw for an Ash Blossom in our hand because of the Scareclaw field spell, which is usually the one remaining after the combo. If there are 3 or more defense modes on the field, we can pop a card on the field. So we do a really easy Kaiju in defense mode. We summon the Chaos Angel, which is quite interesting, but I guess again it is a banish on special summon. Such a broken card. This card, guys, is going to be absolutely insane. It is literally going to exist forever in Yu-Gi-Oh, in my opinion, because it doesn't need tuners, so any deck can play it. Depending on the types it used, if you used a dark, your monster's going to show up by battle, which is so good, and you'll see that later in the video. And if you use a light material, your Synchros are unaffected by your opponent's activated monster effects. I can't wait for it to release. I really can't. We do banish the Guignol so it doesn't trigger its effect, which would have been quite scary for us. Opponent top deck's a really good card. So yeah, this is a really back off of duel, guys. He does find the Brand Diffusion with the Brand Retribution, and he draws 1. Find the Rebellion, discard the card he drew of Albion. This is such a crazy duel, and he summons the new one, Albion, the Incandescent Dragon. That is a wicked name. If you saw my poll recently, I talked about how Brand Explosion might go down, and would make sense because this card is the same thing. But anyways, let's continue the replay. He does the Incandescent, so he steals our Bystial Despia, guys. Gives us a Gimmick Puppet Nightmare, but we live to tell the tale, which I find really interesting. He does do a Bystial Dispatch to negate my Baldrake, shuffling in my Lightheart. We find the field spell, which is obviously really good. Get us the Mannadium engine, find the counter trap, and then we get, oh yeah, Chaos Angel 3500, by the way. That's absolutely insane. I was really nervous about sending Albion to the graveyard, but I had to do it just to get monsters off his field. But because of that, he does find the branded fusion. So let's keep going on to the replays. Finds a Foolish Burial as well. Guys, top decks are absolutely insane. Luckily, we do have the counter trap to beat the branded fusion, which we love to see. He does find Tragedy, does find Alibaba. I was wondering if the opponent would realize this, by the way, but the Mannadium counter trap negates the activation. If you negate the activation of branded fusion, you can actually activate another one. It's something a lot of players do forget, but he doesn't search it. So there we go. He might have misplayed there. He does search branded red though, which is quite powerful. Luckily for me, Baldrake comes in clutch again, neutralizing the board for us, and I think that is where we win the game. A really crazy back and forth. You see a lot of branded cards here, a lot of Bystial cards. We're able to overcome this thanks to the Chaos Angel protecting our monsters by battle, which was happening in the last battle phase, and then Baldrake being an absolute menace. Now, move on to the deck list. A quick deck list of my Mannadium Bystial deck, updated since my Mannadium guide. Let's get into it. So here it is, my updated Mannadium Bystial deck profile. We've got 3 Visa Starfrost. The Mannadium engine is basically the same. We kept the Mannadium Imagining just as a backup card. The draw 2 is actually quite nice. Rotar is really great in this deck. We have Rykart and Realm Heart. And here's our very tiny Bystial package. I wish I could run more cards, honestly, but couldn't find the deck space for it. I think Ash and Imperm are really valuable targets in this meta game right now. So we have Bystial ability to find the Bystial monsters because they're hard ones per turn. That's why we don't run multiples. And to me, Baldrake is the MVP. Konami, give this guy a super rare in OTS 22. If that being said, moving on, we have Regain. I love this card. It's really great in this deck. Kind of functions really nicely because a lot of cards get banished. You can especially have a lot of cards with Bystial Dispatch. And I think this has really great synergy with the deck. So there we go, guys. That's been a video. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to drop a like. If you want more Mannadium content, let me know in the comments down below. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.